from his princehood to his saintly life. Buddha's first sermon was delivered at Benares as it was considered to be the holiest place because of the river Ganga.
Gautama Buddha. Gautama Buddha was born in North Indian royal family as a prince and was named Siddhartha Gautama. When he was 12 years old, he was sent to a faraway place to study Hindu sacred scriptures, and upon returning 4 years later, he got married to a princess. Soon they both had a son, and they continued to live a royal life for about 10 years.
It will be better if you keep your DP display picture visible, your photo, your
Sir?
face. It will be better if your face is seen as you speak.
Sir, I can't, sir, because I'm leaving the
Okay, those
other
of you who
side.
can, those of you who can, no
Yes,
problem.
sir. The royals were shielded from all unpleasant experiences of the world until one day, on his way to hunt, the prince met a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and a monk begging for alms. These experiences acted as eye openers for him, and thus he left all the royalty behind to seek a higher sense of spiritual knowledge. Extract based questions. Gautama Buddha began life as prince named Siddhartha Gautama in North India. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. I would like to ask all these questions to us, one who are in our class. I will select um, Kailash. Kailash, I would like to ask all these questions to you. Can you answer the questions?
Yes, Kailash, be ready. Ask.
Yes, sir. First question. Who was Gautama Buddha?
You can see and answer. Look at the book and answer. No problem. Nobody is going to catch you.
Find an answer from this extract. Sir, Gautama Buddha was a saint, sir, saint.
The group has to approve the answer.
Yes, Gautama Buddha was a prince born in North India.
Prince born
Next
in North
question to you,
India.
Kailash. What did Gautama Buddha... Yes, sir. Next question. What did Gautama Buddha study?
Kailash,
Sir, he studied. Sir, when he was 12 years old, sir, he was sent to Hindu scripture school, sir, one school name, sir. Yes. Gautama Buddha studied Hindu sacred scriptures. Next question. Find the exact word from the extract which means people of royal family. Sir, befitted royalty. Befitted royalty, sir. Yes, you are correct. Royalty from the extract means people of royal family. Final question. When did Gautama Buddha marry? Sir, at the age of 16. Yes, you are absolutely right. At the age of 16, Gautama Buddha got married. Multiple choice questions. Gautama Buddha was born as a prince named option A Bahadur Shah Zafar, option B Chalukya, option C Siddhartha, and option D Ashoka. I would like to ask this question to Yuvan Raj. Are you there, Yuvan Raj?
Yuvraj?
Okay, I will ask to someone because he's not here. Hemnath, please answer this question.
Yeah, Hemnath is very much present.
Sir, sir. The answer is option C, Siddhartha.
Yes, you're correct. The answer is option C, Siddhartha.
Hmm.
Next question. At which age Buddha chanced upon a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession? Option A 23 years, option B 24 years, option C 25 years, and option D 26 years. This question goes to Kyle Willy. Please answer this question.
Sir, option C, 25 years.
Yes. Answer is option C 25 years. Third question. Buddha sent away for schooling in option A Nava Alanda Mahavira, option B Hindu Purva Mimamsa, and option C the school of Hindu Sanskrit, and option D the Hindu sacred scriptures. This question to Mayuri.
Mayuri is gone, I think, long
Option
ago.
D.
Oh, she's there. Okay, okay. Fine, sorry,
Option
Mayuri.
D.
I thought you left.
Yes, you are correct, Mayuri. The answer is option D the Hindu sacred scriptures.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, for first question, option C, Siddhartha should come, sir, but they written option D, Siddhartha, sir.
You just verify it in the book. Okay. Find out from the book.
Okay, sir.
Continue.
Questions. Who was Gautama Buddha? When and where was he born? This question was asked in board 2012. Gautama Buddha was a prince who was named Siddhartha Gautama by his parents. He was born in 563 BC in North India. He had been shielded from the suffering of the world. He attained enlightenment under a peepal tree and named the tree as the tree of wisdom. Second question. Mention the incident which prompted Prince Siddhartha to become a beggar. This question was asked in board 2012 set. Once Prince Siddhartha had gone for hunting where he came across a sick man, an aged man, a monk asking for alms and also witnessed a funeral procession. Unable to understand those sufferings, he became a beggar and went in search of spiritual knowledge. Last question. What do you know about the early life of Buddha? Gautama Buddha was born in royal family. His childhood name was Siddhartha. At age of 12, he was sent away for schooling in Hindu sacred scriptures and 4 years later he got married to a princess.
Princehood to saint life. Gautama Buddha wandered for 7 years. Finally, he sat down under a peepal tree. He owed to stay until spiritual knowledge came to him. He got it after 7 years. He renamed the tree as a tree of wisdom. He began to teach. Soon he became to known as the Buddha. The Buddha preached his first sermon at Benares. It is the most holy of the places on the Ganges. Extract based question. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares, most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganges. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. This question was asked in CBSE 2004. I would like to ask the following questions to Kirtana. Kirtana should answer the following questions. First question. Where did Buddha preach his first sermon?
The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares.
Yes, the answer is right. Buddha preached his first sermon at Benares. Second question. What does the sermon preached by Buddha reflect?
The sermon preached by Buddha reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering.
Yes, it reflects Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Third question. Find the exact word from the extract which means impossible to understand.
The word is inscrutable.
Yes, the correct answer is inscrutable. How Benares is described in the lesson.
Benares is described as the most holiest city of dipping places on river Ganges.
Benares is described in the lesson as the most of the dipping places on the river Ganges. Multiple choice question. First question. After wandering for 7 years, he sat under a dash tree. Option A, banyan tree. Option B, mango tree. Option C, neem tree. Option D, peepal tree. This question goes to Shruti. After wandering for 7 years, he sat under a dash tree. Banyan tree, mango tree, neem tree or peepal tree.
People tree.
Yes, the correct answer is peepal tree. Second question. What did he rename the tree as? Option A, the tree of wisdom. Option B, the tree of truth. Option C, the tree of world. Option D, the tree of sermon. This question goes to Mohan Akshaya. I think she is not there, sir. I would like to ask this question to Kavin Kumar.
Hmm.
Option in the tree of wisdom.
Yes, the correct answer is the tree of wisdom. Third question. In Benares, which is the most holy dipping place? Option A, Ganga. Option B, Yamuna. Option C, Satluj. Option C, Brahmaputra. Option D, Satluj. This question goes to Kailash. In Benares, which is the most holy dipping place? Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, Satluj.
Sir, Yamuna.
No, the correct answer is Ganga. Questions. Two mark question. Where did Buddha preach his first sermon? Gautama Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benares, which is regarded as the most holiest of the dipping places on the river Ganges. Second question. What did Buddha do after he attained enlightenment? When Buddha attained enlightenment, he started teaching and telling people about life and its meaning. He decided to share his understanding and teaching with people so that he can make them free from their sorrows. 5 mark question. What did Buddha do after he attained enlightenment? Why? This question was asked in 2014 board. Prince Gautama Buddha was deeply pained by the sufferings he saw around him and left house to seek the truth of life. After wandering for 7 years, he finally sat under a peepal tree to meditate till he received the enlightenment. Wisdom of the law that governs the cycle of birth and death dawned on him, and the Buddha set out to share it with the world to relieve the mortals of their sufferings. Kisa Gotami. Kisa Gotami had only one son. Sir, actually Shazia should read the before passage at all, sir, but she is not there, so I am continuing, sir.
No problem. Continue.
Kisa Gotami. Kisa Gotami had only one son. She carried her dead son in her arms and she went door to door asking for medicine for her dead child. The neighbors pitied her but could not help her as her son was dead. They were helpless as Kisa and could not go against the will of God. Finally, somebody suggested that she should go to Sakyamuni, the Buddha. Kisa Gotami went to meet Buddha. Buddha told her to bring a handful of mustard seeds from a house where death has never knocked at the door. Kisa thought it was a very easy task. She went to all the houses in the village but could not find a single house where death has not taken a beloved one away. She sat down, hopeless and tired. She soon realized that she was being very selfish in her grief. Death is common to all. Extract based question. Poor Kisa Gotami now went from house to house and the people pitied her and said, "Here is mustard seeds, take it." But when she asked, "Did a son or a daughter, a father or a mother die in your family?" they answered her, "Alas, the living are few but the dead are many. Do not remind us our deepest grief." And there was no house but some beloved one had died in it. I would like to ask the following questions to Saranya. Saranya should answer the questions. First question. Why did Kisa Gotami travel from house to house?
Sir, I mean, she traveled because want to get medicine for her son.
Yes, Kisa Gotami traveled from house to house to collect mustard seeds. What did Kisa Gotami ask before taking the mustard seeds?
She asked that did a son or daughter, a father or mother die in your family to every houses she went.
Yes, Kisa Gotami asked everyone before taking the mustard seeds whether a family member have ever died in their family or not. Third question. Find the exact word from the extract which means dearly loved.
Beloved,
Yes. The word from the extract which means dearly loved is beloved. What did people reply Kisa Gotami when she asked about the death of a family member?
they said that there was someone also in their family who died. That was their loved ones. That is their deepest grief.
The people replied Kisa Gotami that there was no house but some beloved one had died in it and she should not remember them of their deepest grief. Multiple choice questions. First question. Why was Kisa Gotami sad? A. Her only son have died. B. Her all property was snatched. C. She was beaten up. D. None of the above. This question goes to Chakravarti.
Her only son had died.
Yes, the correct answer is her only son died. What does Kisa search from house to house in the first place? A. Mustard seeds. B. Medicine to bring her son back to life. C. Pumpkin seeds. D. Money. This question goes to Madhumita.
Option B, a medicine to bring her son back to life.
Yes, the correct answer is option D. A medicine to bring her son back to life. Third question. What did Kisa ask for to bring her son back to life? A. Power. B. Doctor. C. Medicine. D. Prayers. This question goes to Vishnu Prasad.
Option C, medicine.
Questions. Two more questions. Why was Kisa Gotami sad? What did she do in a hour of grief? This was asked in 2015 board. Kisa Gotami was sad because her only son had died. In her hour of grief, she went from house to house in search of a medicine to cure him. She had being selfish in her wanting her son back. Second question. Kisa Gotami again goes from house to house after she speaks with the Buddha. What does she ask for the second time around? Does she get? Why not? This question was asked in 2012 board. Kisa Gotami goes from house to house to bring some medicine, bring some mustard seeds where death had not taken place as asked by Buddha to cure her son. But she was unable to find such a house where no death had taken place. It made her realize that death is evitable and no one can deny the nature's cycle. Five more questions. How do you usually understand the idea of selfishness? Do you agree with Kisa Gotami that she was selfish on her grief? Is it nature for people to be selfish at times? This is a value-based question. Selfishness means when a person does something only or for his or her own benefit, or thinks only about himself or herself. Kisa Gotami was selfish in wanting her son to be alive. It was a mother's love which had blinded her. She was wrong in wanting that. She could not see the reality of life. It is perfectly nature for anyone to be selfish at times. When this desire becomes harmful to others or the desires become unrealistic, it is wrong. A little bit of selfishness is there in generally everyone and it is nature to be so. Second question. Life is full of trials and tribulations. Kisa Gotami also passes through a period of grief in her life. How does she behave in those circumstances? This is a CBSE 2013 board question. After the death of Kisa Gotami's only child, she became very sad. She carried her dead son to her neighbors in order to get medicine to bring him to life. Her neighbors thought she had got insane and she was unable to accept the fact. It was then that someone suggested her to bring Gautama Buddha. When she met Gautama Buddha, he gave her an exercise to do. She was asked to collect mustard seeds from a house where no one had ever died. She went from one house to another but was unable to find a single house where no one has died. This way, she realized that death is a part of life and anyone who is born is bound to die one day. Thus, Buddha changed her understanding of death by this exercise.
Life of mortals. The Buddha said the life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pain. For there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. After reaching old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings. Both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. For example, the ripened fruits are of always in the fallen of danger. According to Lord Buddha, the life of mortals is troubled because they have not made peace with the fact that the one who is born must rest eternally. Whether old or young, foolish or wise, death leaves none. Of those who overcomes by death depart from life. A father cannot save his son or kinsman their relations. According to Lord Buddha, one should not grieve, weep, or be miserable at something which is bound to happen, for it will keep a man away from obtaining peace of mind. It will only multiply the pain and suffering, thus leading to physical weakness, and moreover, no amount of grief would bring back the dead. It is very important to understand that one must move past feelings like sorrow and grief, as it is the only way that leads to the path of salvation. Extract based question. Not from weeping nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be the greater and his body will suffer. He will make himself sick and pale, yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. I would like to ask all these questions to Mahima.
These lines were said by Buddha.
Yes, that's correct. Buddha said these lines. Next question. How can a person seek peace?
A person can seek peace by drawing out the arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief.
Yes, it is correct. The person who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief. Find the exact word from the text which means to express sadness about something.
Lamentation.
Yes, your answer is correct. Lamentation from the extract means to express sadness about something. Last question. What effect does the weeping or grieving have on us?
Will not obtain the peace of mind. On the contrary, and it makes a greater physical weakness.
Yes, you are correct. Weeping or grieving makes our pain greater than before. The person will make himself sick and pale. Multiple choice questions. First question. What does the ripe fruit fear? Option A. Someone will eat them. Option B. They will rot. Option C. Falling down. Option D. All the above. Can you answer this question, Hemna?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What does the ripe fruit fear? Option A. Someone will eat them. Option B. They will rot. Option C. Falling down. Option D. All of the above. Option A. Arrogant. Option B. Proud. Option C. Happy. Option D. Wise. This question is for D. Harini. Last question. Who is free from sorrow? Option A. Who overcomes sorrow. Option B. Who does not see sorrow. Option C. Who remains happy. Option D. Who gives sorrow to others. This question is for Prithviraj. Questions. Two more questions. According to Kisa Gotami, what is the greatest grief of life? This was asked in 2014 board. According to Kisa Gotami, the greatest grief in life is the death of one's loved one and one's inability to stop them from dying. Therefore, instead of lamenting on it, the wife should not grieve. Weeping will only increase the pain and disturb the peace of mind of a person. How did Kisa Gotami realize that life and death is a process?
This was asked in 2016 board. Kisa Gautami went from house to house but was unable to find one house where nobody had died. She was tired and hopeless and sat down at the way watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. She realized that, similar to the city lights, human lives also flickers up for some time and were extinguished again. What did Kisa Gautami learn in the end? This was asked in 2012 board. In the end, Kisa Gautami realized and learned that death is common to all and that no one could avoid dying. People weep over their dead ones, but it is only the wise who do not grieve as they have accepted the truth. A person should only try to seek inner peace. 5 more questions. How did Buddha teach Kisa Gautami the truth of life? This was asked in 2014 board. Kisa Gautami was devastated by the death of her only son and wandered door to door seeking help. Someone directed her to the Buddha, who asked her to bring a handful of mustard seeds. This raised a hope in Gautami's heart that her son could be revived. But the condition imposed by Sakyamuni was that the seed should be from a house where people had not lost a loved one to death. Isa Gautami's fertile search made her realize the bitter truth that sorrows are a part and parcel of life, and one can attain peace only by acceptance.
Summary. This lesson is about the life of Gautama Buddha, who was born in royal family as Siddhartha. He was sent to study Hindu scriptures and later married a princess. Once he saw a sick man, an old man, a funeral procession, and a monk begging for alms. These sights moved him and he went to search of enlightenment. He started meditating under a peepal tree. He started meditating under a peepal tree and got enlightenment after 7 days. Once a woman came to him requesting to bring her dead son to life. Gautama Buddha asked the lady to bring a handful of mustard seeds from a house where there had no death taken place. The lady moved from one house to another, but she could not find a single house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. Then she came to know that death is common to all and is the ultimate truth of life.
Tips to score good marks English. Practice letter writing formats repeatedly so as to write them perfectly in the exam. When writing your letter, ensure that your introduction and conclusion make a striking impression. To enhance the grammar and widen your vocabulary, get into the habit of reading the newspaper daily. Attempt to solve sample question papers of at least the previous 5 years as it will help you to get an understanding of question paper format and the marks allotted for each session. In the prose or poetry, it is important to prepare notes on character sketches of central characters as well as on central themes. Time management is crucial. Neat and legible handwriting is a must. Always attempt question under each session in correct serial order. Examiners dislike a messy answer script. Revise before you submit the answer script.
Repeated questions. Short answers.
Repeated.
What did Kisa Gautami do when her only son died? What did her neighbors think about her? Second question. How did Kisa Gautami go to the Buddha? What did Buddha ask Gautami to do? Third question. Why did Kisa Gautami say, "How selfish am I in my grief"? What did she realize about the faith of mankind? Fourth question. How did Siddhartha Gautama get enlightenment? Why did she name the peepal tree as the Bodhi tree? Long answer type questions. First question. How did the Buddha make Kisa Gautami realize that death is inevitable? Second question. Describe the journey of Siddhartha Gautama becoming the Buddha.
Questions. Sometimes the questions are complicated and answers are simple. Now we would like to ask some questions here. Instead of pointing out the name, we would like to make this session a little bit more interesting. Now